If you are following my videos, then I assume that you are a full-time working professional and building a side project along with your main business or maybe freelance projects or a full-time job. So what I observe among my network is that most of the people are not using ChatGPT efficiently. Some of them are even afraid that their jobs will be replaced by AI, which I feel is not very true if you use it efficiently. And let's try to use it as an assistant that will always help you out with your day-to-day tasks. And interestingly, there are different ways to make it write something. Right now I'm mostly using it to write things. So if you notice, there are so many ways to prompt or maybe just tell the AI to write something for you and it will write accordingly. So it's just that we need to master that prompting and the prompt engineering that is present with the chat GPT. So I will quickly give you some examples about how you can give multiple prompts for the same task and it will deliver different variations of answers just because you kept on improving your prompts accordingly. So let's get started. So let's say I am just using okay, so let's say I'm using it for generating a tweet about AI. Let's say we are generating a tweet on AI, so I will just write a tweet about AI. So interestingly, let's see how it completes. Now if you see that the tweet, it is generated and it just says AI continues to revolutionize our world, pushing boundaries, unlocking new possibilities every day. From like, it is pretty basic and normal tone that can be used by the businesses, but we can spice things up if we give the prompts accordingly. So let's say I say write a funny tweet about AI. And now if you see, the whole tweet has been transformed well just because I mentioned that I need a very specific tone, which is funny tweet about AI. Now it's again a tweet, but the difference, see the differences, they are so visible. It has more emojis, it has literally given a joke, and then again the last emojis, even the hashtags, they have, like, they are different what it was generated initially. So it's no more looking formal typical corporate type tweet and it's more presentable in general. Now if you want to make it funny but also want to add personality to it, let's say you like some comedian and you want to make this AI write a joke about AI just like how that comedian would write it. So I will give a prompt accordingly: act as Mr. Bean and write a funny tweet about AI. So now here I have specifically mentioned to act as Mr. Bean, who is a very popular comedian, and I have also mentioned the tone of the tweet that I am looking for, that is funny tone. Now if you see, the tweet is very much relevant to Mr. Bean, and if you read it, it has all those elements which you typically see in the series of Mr. Bean, that is a morning coffee, if you remember the episodes, then entire bathtub full of Java, like that's how you would expect Mr. Bean to behave. And then, like, it's a mess, caffeine filled mess, what would you expect from Mr. Bean? So although this is not the best perfect one that I would expect from AI, but this is still better than the first one. Imagine if you just use the first prompt and its answer to maybe just publish a tweet, that would sound so boring. But if you use something like this, you can use anyone's name, by the way. You can just take inspiration from any of your favorite inspirational, maybe popular writers, poets, or actors, anyone, and it will just generate text as per the tone of those real personalities. So I will try to make it better. I will. So now this, since this is slightly irrelevant to kids and I want to make it look like it is targeted for kids, so what my prompt is: act as Mr. Bean and write a funny tweet about AI. That's just same like how it was in the previous tweet. And then I just added my target audience in that. The target audience will be 10-year-old kids. Now if you see, it will definitely generate something which is more relevant to 10-year-old kids. So see, it's kind of funny, like, although that's not amazingly well, but still better. Then again, it's very relevant to kids, like pranks, puzzles, games, all those things. And again, it is written as if Mr. Bean has written it. So I'm sure like these variations are helpful when we want to generate some text out of any context. So if you want to generate anything, if you want AI to write answers for anything, then just try to make your prompts as detailed as possible, as better as possible. The more information that you will give to the chat GPT, it will generate the responses accordingly. And one of the biggest golden rule: don't treat it like Google where you just tell write something XYZ. Treat it as your assistant. Give each and every detail about your situation, about what exactly you want to make it do, and it will act as an assistant and generate something which is very relevant. I hope this video was helpful to understand how your prompts determine the responses that you get from ChatGPT. And of course, try to be creative, give as much information as possible to ChatGPT so you get the most relevant outputs from it. So that was it for now. See you in the next one.